Okay, so not much for content lately because don't have much fucking money right now. Waiting for parts on multiple things that are being slower than I hoped. I did get a pendant for the ABB robot and a power supply, and then that has like fuck up. Waiting on the eBay seller to send me another one. Lots of headaches and shit, and just life in general is pretty crappy. But I just had the best fucking scare I've had in a long time for data loss. Because holy shit, I thought I just lost months and months of stuff. So, this is a video, which, I mean, probably no one will see, and the people who do see it, who watch a channel this small and this niche on tech stuff and whatever, will already have backups, but on the off chance to save someone, I'm going to make a video. Have a backup, have a tested backup. So basically, I've got. So I use SyncThing. I've used it for a long time as like a Google Cloud, Google Photos, whatever alternative. And what I do is when I get a phone, whether it's a work phone or a personal one, I set up automatic syncs that both push music from my server to my phone and then also push camera roll and stuff from my phone to my server. And that way I have a locally hosted thing. It works over the internet with SyncThing. It's fucking great. And when I got my new phone in August, I had taken a bunch of pictures and things like that. And, since then I've taken lots of pictures. In fact, I just deleted over 900 pictures and videos from my camera roll. But if we go ahead and start scrolling back, what's this? Saturday, November 29th, July 4th. And we very quickly get to 2024 as we keep scrolling down. So the only stuff here that's left is, all of a sudden, stuff from when I got the fucking robotic arm, which is where I started deleting things from. And if we go ahead, I made a small, slight fuck up that I did not sleep enough for this goddamn bullshit. If we go ahead and take a look at my old, and I'm glad I didn't delete it, for my P20 Pro, the old continuous camera roll, how I have it set up. You can go through, file versioning, no file versioning. Generally, you go into advanced, receive only, so that if I delete something on the server, it doesn't push back to my phone. And I have the same way, vice versa, with my phone for the music, where it only receives and it doesn't send back. That way, if I accidentally delete something on my phone, it doesn't destroy the master copy, essentially, right? And so receive only and US files first, blah, 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 all that, fine. We go into ignore patterns, ignore delete. The problem is, and I guess it probably is also on my fucking, it's also going to be present on the other folders for my Galaxy Fold, because I'm pretty sure I forgot them. Let's check. Screen recordings, ignore patterns, ignore delete is missing. If we go to my continuous camera roll for the Galaxy Fold, ignore patterns, ignore delete is missing. I fucked up when I made this. I forgot to check ignore patterns, and I forgot to do ignore delete. So, like half an hour ago, when I was like, I remember seeing those in Image. I remember seeing those pictures there. I'm going to clear out 100 gigs or something of storage on my phone, blah, 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 scroll through it all, delete it all. It fucking pushed those changes to my server and deleted everything that I deleted on my phone. However, for a long time, I've also been using Duplicacy as a backup. And I'm glad I didn't panic. I'm glad I checked. I did try a couple random generic, file recovery apps from the Google Play Store on it, and I guess Samsung, especially on the Galaxy Fold 7, it's hard to root. But also, once you delete those things, they're gone. They were just like some thumbnails and things like that. Zero trace of those pictures left. But I went through, I checked the camera roll folder for my SyncThing folder. And if we go ahead and look, we have some pictures from August, which is about when I got my phone. So, luckily, I forgot the ignore delete flag, so all of the deletions I made on my phone pushed back to my server, but I've had Duplicacy running this whole time. There was a brief thing where I had to rebuild it and stuff. I'm not going to be able to show you how far back, but basically, my my backup server was like offline for like a month doing a fresh backup again because of hard drive failure, which is another thing. So if we go to my Unraid server, essentially I've got 2 parity drives. In my offsite backup server I have a single parity drive because it's less important. That is currently not working, but I can't afford another 8TB hard drive right now, so it's just kind of sitting without a parity drive. It is the backup. I have dual parity on my local server, but you still want redundancy on your backup, but you want to make sure you have an actual backup solution, either to a cloud, either to an offsite box that you build yourself, or something like that, and make sure you test that it works and regularly make sure the backups are running, because this just saved 900 and some fucking pictures and videos of months of stuff, and most of it realistically, like, it's nothing is like game breaking to lose, but there were some pretty nice things in there, and it would have fucking sucked to lose that all. So if you don't have a backup solution, and I mean like offsite, like a little hard drive that you plug in or something, that's okay, but if your house burns down, that's not going to help you. If you don't have a backup solution right now and you do any data storage personally, figure something out. I don't like paying for subscriptions, so I do this all self-hosting. I try to reduce redundant costs as much as I can where I can. But if you got to use Google Photos, use it. If you got to use Wasabi storage with Duplicacy or something like that, that's the cheapest cloud storage you can get. It still would cost me hundreds a month or something for the amount of data I have. But establish a backup, verify that it works. You're going to fuck something up. I live and breathe this stuff a lot of the time, and I still fucked it up. So hopefully this saves someone from a massive fucking headache way too early in the fucking morning when you barely sleep. And hopefully I'll have some other content that isn't about me ripping my fucking hair out in the future.